All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Unlocking Genius. This is your host, Vaughan, and today we are diving into this amazing album, having a great discussion with my guy, Drumz and Rosez. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Welcome to Unlocking Genius. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look,
It's a pleasure always.
always a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Today we're going to dive deep into memories of you.
Memories.
We're going to talk about the production, the songwriting, and the genius behind this EP.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like I said, think about how this relationship started so many moons ago with DJ Payday.
Payday.
Shout out Payday.
Shout out Payday.
And man, I already listened to the album.
Okay.
We're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Thought it was dope. But before we even jump into the work itself,
Mhm.
what's been going on since we last chit-chatted?
I've been busy. I've been
Mm.
busy. Of course, life happens always. I lost my sister,
I saw that.
so
My condolences for sure.
I appreciate that.
I did see that.
But I have landed 3 Tyler Perry sync placements on
Yo,
all the Queen's Men.
that's dope.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
That's dope.
They just contacted me for another one like about a month ago.
That's
So
dope.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like the tracks was literally just me sitting in my house, in my studio, just
Mm.
making something. Like I remember the track that they just picked. I was late for work. So and it was an accident. So I was like, well, I'm gonna be late.
Mm.
I got something on my brain right now. And it's crazy that they contact, they want that.
Yeah.
So I just was in LA in July for a video shoot with Westside Boogie
Okay.
for a song by him and him and the other artist. It's my good friend Rexx.
Okay.
So Rexx and Westside Boogie got a song coming in. We was in LA, shot the video for that. Psst, amazing. Man.
Nice.
So yeah, man, it's been going. My house, I've been a lot of house music and everything has been going.
I know. I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, man, my house music. I'm having fun with that.
Yeah.
I actually one of the songs I sent out recently. I'm claiming it also. Claiming it. But I sent it out to
Claiming
be
it.
on GTA 6.
Okay.
So the dance,
yeah.
the track is amazing. I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm gonna let you hear it. Man.
Yeah. So how did the Tyler Perry scenario come about?
So the first placement came from the song. It's a song by an artist. Her name is Sheree LeRae. Very, very good friend of mine. Her husband Flux. I produced it, he wrote it, and she sung it. An amazing duo. And we did the song like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm.
And when she did it, she always was like, nah, I'm holding on. And she was like, trust me, I'm gonna do something and everything with it. And she just called me one day and was like, oh, drums. Actually, I was yelling at my son. I remember.
Go sit down.
I was on the phone.
Right.
And I was about to. I was like, I'll call you right back.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, she called me, oh, drums. And I was like, what's going on? And she was like, well, the song we did is being synced on Tyler Perry. So, we exchanged, got all the info right.
Yeah.
And then after that, she just was like, hey, just send beats over. Just everything that's, because she has a great relationship. So she was just like, everything that you already released, stuff that you just got sitting, this is the atmosphere we're looking for. Send over whatever you got to match that.
Okay.
And I was just sending beats, and then, she messaged, hey, this one is I get an email. She's like, be on the lookout for an email. And then boom, I contracted there. We want to use this one. And, she texted me again, yo, be on the lookout. So it's just kind of process we got going right now.
Mm-hmm. And so now you're on your 4th one, right? Coming up on the 4th. I know that's got to be, because sync is a space that a lot of people want to get into, right? And everybody's trying to figure out what's the avenue to get into sync licensing, because unlike working with artists, sync licensing pays, right? And
you can sync one song over and over.
Sync one song over and over again, and not even just that. Even if that song is syncable, where it could be, with Tyler Perry, then it could end up being used in I mean, unless they have exclusive rights and it can't be used by anybody else.
Right. No.
But I mean, if it's in like a library or something like that, then they could be used in multiple different. Yeah, it can be picked up by a lot of different shows, and all of a sudden, you looking at a lot of 6 months or a year later, once you start seeing the statements, right? They ain't gonna come.
I'm glad you understand.
They ain't gonna come back and tell you like, "Hey, we use your song." No, you just gonna happen to see it in your BMI, your ASCAP.
Yeah,
like, hold on. Exactly.
Look at this.
Exactly.
Yeah, but exactly. So, it's been fun, man. It's been an exciting year, and I'm excited to see. Well, because I can feel it and I see where it's going. So I'm excited for as the year to close out on the year and to open into the next year. So I see where it's going. I see the steps that we take, and I see, I know patience is everything, and I just time and everything happens in genuine perfect time. So I know just try to keep pushing through life, and as you push through life, just just continue to keep doing this and keep following the passion. And I got plans for projects and everything. I got some good projects coming, some good features and stuff that I'm sitting on because I'm building.
So you were talking about house music, and I know we had conversations in the past about house music and releasing a house EP, an EDM house EP type of deal. And so kind of where are you in that progression of looking at EDM house EP?
I haven't. The last thing I really worked on for the house thing was the track that I had for the GTA thing. You know what? I'm lying. I just produced an entire house track for a house album for Genesis Renji out of Milwaukee. Produced, and he got it placed. We were in the newspaper and everything for it.
Oh, that's what's up.
And he's working on. It's a trilogy. It's Is It Too Much? Still Too Much, which is the one I completely did, and then it's Never. I forgot what the other one.
Never Too Much.
Something. You might be there. You might be there. Hey man, bro. You know what's crazy? Because he has the footage of us online when we're working. I'm working on one of the tracks for him. Literally that day, he was like, "I want you to sample what you just said."
Sample the Luther. That's right.
Yep. So that is the name of it.
That's right.
Hope I'm not giving anything away.
It only made sense, right? The progression of the name progression is that you think about.
Yeah.
Okay. Never too much.
Never too much.
Never too much. Right. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. He on with that one though. He actually just did some sync placement with Fresh Prince. I mean what is it, Bel Air?
Yeah. Bel Air
series. Yeah. So he did some with there. So he's Emmy nominated and everything.
That's what's up.
So
I need to get some connection with some sync people, even though I know a whole bunch of sync people.
Right. Like, come on.
My issue is actually sitting down and actually taking the time to make the tracks, but that's the issue. But yeah, I'll let you hear this K-pop joint that I'm working on. So after we done with Unlocking Genius today, you can take a listen to and kind of see where I am. I think you heard it, but I think I did a whole bunch of stuff different. So I'll let you hear it after we done. But man, I'm excited, brother. I'm excited for you. I always keep up with you on Facebook because we're friends on Facebook, and of course on Instagram, seeing what's happening, with you on Instagram and things like that. I did like the video where you was laying down. You was like really thinking, contemplating, and then you got up.
Listen, I was because I just recently did that 2 weeks ago. I was in Miami. It's my birthday, my cousin's birthday, and we was just down, and I seen the B&B we was in. I said, yeah, I would be a fool not to get content while I'm here. And the theme and everything of the song made sense to how everything was set up. So I put some stuff and everything there. So I'm like, oh, it was perfect. It was perfect. I'm like, I'd be fool not to get content.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I've been
getting really good feedback on that. Like, even though
that was good.
I dropped that as a single, but now since the project's out with it and I put the little visual with it, man, I'm getting so much feedback on that song, like crazy feedback and everything.
Visuals go a long way, right? Visual help us internalize what we're hearing, right? And so if you're able to put a visual, when you really think about it, most people are visual kinesthetic type people, right? They're visual, hands-on individuals. They like to touch things, but they like to see things. So the more visual we are in our ability, especially when it comes to hearing, the more we can interpret, what we hear, and when actually we doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was just super dope though. I thought the color on it was dope.
I did all that myself.
I like coloring.
Yeah, man, I did all that myself.
I thought the coloring was good. The visual was good.
That's the aesthetic I was going for. So it was like perfectly captured. I really appreciate that.
Perfect.
Man. Yeah,
perfect. Man. And I think that's a lesson for producers, artists in general, is figuring out how can you captivate the moment that you're in and turn what situation you're in into content.
Did all that.
And that's what I keep telling people.
Man.
You ain't got to have all the fancy Sony A60 whatever and the Sony FX30s, which I got a bunch of them, and lights and cameras and action and all that, right?
That was a flex.
Bam, right? But you can do everything on your iPhone. I mean, your iPhone shoots 4K 30, 4K 60.
You can make it happen.
You can absolutely make it happen.
I feel like, because I was at a point like that where I used to be like, I can't do, whatever. I can't do this.
Bro, Matt and Angela shot their whole entire podcast with iPhones.
Man, they
took
it and shot it through the roof.
They were like, "Yo, B, this is what we got."
That's why he got the Grammy.
That's why he got the Grammy. That's why he's Grammy.
Congratulations,
Grammy Award winner.
Congratulations, Pat.
Yeah, I called him too when he won and screamed in the phone.
Really? I texted
FaceTime.
He ain't text me back yet.
I FaceTimed him. Oh, he said, "You know what? What's about the text? What happens? What happens when you get to
get you a Grammy?
Get you big.
I can't wait to ignore people now.
When you get too big, right? But man, I'm ready to unlock the genius behind Memories of You.
Shirt was just kept rolling up the back. I got it.
At least your shirt ain't got the chubby roll in the front. You know what I'm saying? That I need to lose. Now, I need to hit the gym with you.
It comes with the shirt. You gotta let them know it just comes with the shirt.
I need to slim that down. Right? I ain't unlocking nothing with this. But man, no, seriously though, I'm ready to unlock the genius behind Memories of You.
Let's do it.
And I know we got a couple of select songs that we're gonna jump into today. And the first one today is called that we're gonna dive into is called Prescription, featuring D.Tigg, right? D.Tigg
and Dariel.
Dariel, yeah, and Dariel. So then now you can tell us, once we get into it, the everything about it, right? So let's take a listen first,
okay,
and then we'll get into a discussion about it. Ooh. Here we go. I love the artwork.
Drumz. I appreciate that. Shot it right outside the house.
Yeah, so give me the work, it won't hurt no. Buy your Valentino, tell me where it hurt the most. Like she doing the macaroni. She a captain from every angle. She put it all on the table. Can't get enough, I'm addicted. If you selling up prescriptions,
this girl, she like a drug. When I get down, she lift me up. She like a perk, lean with that purple drinking double cussing. I've been eating my prescription. It's obvious I'm addicted, intoxicated off you and your body. I've been tripping. I'm faded, I'm jaded. It's so different and it's amazing.
So let me go back. I got a question for you. So in regards to the actual song itself, it's gonna play again, but I'm trying to stop it. So where it talks about, right? No, I'll buy you a Valentino. Tell me where it hurt. The most looked like she doing the Macarena, right? Because the Macarena was a dance. I remember that day.
Give your heart, it won't hurt. No, I'll buy you Valentino. Tell me where it hurt the most. Look like she doing the Macarena. She a caption from every angle.
look like she doing
Yeah, she caption from every angle. She put it all on the table. Can't get enough. I'm addicted. If you're selling up prescription, sign me up. Yeah.
So talk about that hook. What does that mean in context of the song Prescription?
Okay, so how I create when I'm going about the projects with themes to them, because it's a theme behind that, because the first project connected to this one is just called You. This one is Memories of You. So, and if you go through the track list of You, How Did I Get Here, Delete Voicemail, it's all about a story of, partying, going, how did I get here, wherever I'm at and everything, to a breakup, to I'm good without you, whatever, we outside again, to the last song being Homesick.
Okay.
And this, you on the voicemail, I want you back type, So then we go to Memories of You. Now, technically, this isn't part 2. This is just kind of like in between.
In
Before I
between.
come with my next one, which the
Okay.
final is going to be U2, TOO.
Mm.
So I built a whole universe around it. I
Mhm.
don't, it was kind of, like,
No, that's dope.
dope.
I think that's dope, right? I think that's dope because you don't really hear a lot about concept albums
Mhm.
in regard to telling stories, right? You know,
And from track listing, everything is a story. So
everything's a
prescription. When I D.Tigg, when I hit Tiggs up, I was making the track. When I was making the beat, it was actually meant for another artist. His name is BIGG KO. He's on this project twice. I was in the house, and when I started making it, I felt myself getting into the rhythm. And he was like, "Man, send it to me. I gotta go." I said, "No, this is not leaving." I said, "You good? I got plans for this one." So I hit Tiggs. Me and Tiggs, we actually went to high school together and moved down here, and found out we moved down here, and then me and him started working together, like just really locking in and developing our sounds. Like we've been working since like 2016, I think 16. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just gave him a concept and told him what I was thinking, with the song. I'm like, we're talking about a woman, give me, this is what I'm seeing. I kind of paint him the vision of the woman. This is what she is, the essence of, you missing her, this is you praising her. You praising the woman on this track. What does she mean to you? Or give me something where you can't, not necessarily actually, you can't get her out of your head. Like what makes her, you're addicted to you, or you addicted to her. He was like, all right, give me a day, give me a little bit. He hit me back, check your email. And the hook, and I remember when we talked about it and everything, he was just like, he's a good wordplay, how it bounced. So in essence, to like, she doing the Macarena, that's her body, she danced and she's doing the Macarena. You remember how to dance?
Yeah, I mean,
her body. So she's right. So
yeah, you put the hint. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. I was in El Paso when it came out, so that was a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody when the club was doing it.
She captured from every angle. Can't get enough. I'm addicted. Because originally it was we were thinking of calling the song "Sign Me Up." That's why you say, if he's selling a prescription, sign me up. Because it was gonna be like, sign me up for a prescription. Like, sign me up for, because your love is so addictive. Sign me up for it. But me and him talked, and he was like, nah, prescription, He was like, I like how prescription.
Yeah, I like how prescription fits.
The
overall concept of being addicted, being like a drug, It was reminiscent like a hip hop fiending. From Jodeci, right?
Yeah.
And so it had that kind of vibe to it as I was listening to it. But I was just really curious about the hook because one, hooks are catchy, right? People remember the hook, but hook also kind of elaborates on the story. And as I was stating in the beginning, I like how you were telling a story from the first album to the one that's now in between, and then what's going to be coming next. Because like I said, you don't see a lot of concept albums today. I think the only person that I saw even do anything that's reminiscent of that was Neo. And he had a couple of projects that were concepts. They ended with "To Be Continued," and then boom, the next album came out. So
I'm a big concept person from the Dream. Dream is my favorite artist. And Dream, first album, Love Hate, Love Versus Money, Love King. Then he was supposed to do Love Affair, but he got that. I remember him explaining like something happened with it, but I feel like if you have a theme, something you can follow along with. It's like storytelling, like movie. I used to do homemade our own movies, YouTube movies before YouTube and everything. So I used to like make my own horror movies. So I'm a real.
He's a real horror movie fanatic, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if you don't know, my man loves horror films.
Listen, man.
Right, that's one thing I did.
You see, I
learned about our relationship. The past year, you got Chucky, you got Pennywise. You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers, Jason.
So, yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, what's Freddy Krueger? How do you can't do
Not yet.
And only you just need to have the knives. But anyway. But yeah. So right, so having the ability to tell a story through a song, through a project, and Prescription kind of sets the whole thing off. So, but how is this a reflection of you and how you see your relationship with?
So these projects that I'm putting together are like a collective of experiences, of relationships and everything from me and stuff I've dealt with and experienced. So this song in particular, like the prescription, the essence of being addicted to a woman, like that them like the butterfly stage and everything. Like, oh my God, you just addicted to this person where, or what they call the caking stage when you're on the phone with your feet in the air and everything. So, but even to
Laying on your stomach.
Pondigan Fifi, now what you doing? So, but no, just like the crush, like man, like dudes canceling plans. Oh, it can be a reflection of us. You got it bad. You canceling plans and everything. You about to go out tonight? Nah, I'm busy, bro. I'm sick. I ain't feeling good, whatever and everything. But you want to kick it with, because you want to let it chick, or so. That's to me the essence of it was just being being addicted to a woman. So, and like I said, all these projects, every song is a collective of an experience. Experiences and everything, how I just try to like portray and visually even through the other artists, which is, like through I feel like I personally, my emotions, everything come through the beat. And each artist I in particular choose is like just perfect for every track because they capture and the essence they bring into to life. So, magnificent. And then once I do my engineering, I feel like the engineering and the mixing is the final touch of bringing everything out.
So what was it about D.Tigg and Dariel that captivated you in the way that that they were perfect for this song?
Well, when that was actually their first time working together.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So, and they didn't do it together. I just put it together. So I met Dariel through my friend Ashley. Shout out to Ashley, Grammy nominated. She just produced on Nicki Minaj's album. But I came to an event and just to network. I'm a big networker. And the next day, Ashley was like, yo, I got a session with one of the girls from last night. I want you to meet her, good networking stuff. Yada, yada. I pulled up. We made something on spot for her. My first time working with Ashley on the spot, I was hella nervous. I ain't gonna hold you. Hella nervous. But I'm like, bro, I sit in my living room and do this all day. I sit in my studio and do this all. So we cooked up, clean track. She recorded it. I locked in with Dario from there. I hit her up for a feature. Like, I know business is before anything. So I'm like, what's your feature rate? She gave me a feature rate. I'm like, that's something I can work with. I'll have it to you next week. Or I think it took me like 2 weeks because I was, in a good position. I was really ready to get it done. Hit her with the feature. And she was like, I'll have it back to you in 2 days. So she sent me back that first verse you hear. She sent me that one. And she was like, I did 2 different verses. I couldn't decide on which one. So I'm sending both of them to you and you just do what you want. So her first verse and second verse, those were 2 different those were originally it was just one verse.
Okay.
But when she sent them and, because when I sent her the song first, when Tiggs did the hook and everything, once I sent it to her, I just knew she was going to be perfect for it because a lot of her songs that I listen to, she can tell the tale of, like being addicted to a woman. She can really like transpire that and just, man, she nails it. So I knew she was perfect for it. And when she sent both verses back, I'm like, oh. She was like, just let me know which one you use. I'm like, huh.
Both.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
That's right.
And when I finished putting the mix together, and when I sent it back to him, both of them just like, yo, this is amazing. I'm like, this is, I got a couple friends. I got a lot of people and everything. Like one of my good friends, Busy, he's on the project as well. He tells me that song is like one of the songs he wished he had something to do with. He was like, bro, that song is perfect from top to bottom. So that was one of my favorite songs. Just everything just came together perfect.
Yeah, and it was a good way to introduce the album, right? So you talk about Prescription, and then the next song that we're going to get into is called Withdrawals.
Into the titles.
Right? So if you're addicted to something and then you get off of it, you go through withdrawals.
Exactly.
So let's find out what this song is. Withdrawals featuring Reed and NeF.
Do it.
Rexx and Rosez.
Love is love, love, love is love, love. Love is love, love, love is love, love. She told me, baby, we can do it. Take your time, I got work for you. 40-something looking 20-something, I got work to do. Plus she got a vibe like Rihanna, made a nigga work. So you can bet it's fortunate to know this woman's worth. And nothing gets me higher. She's like a drug, her body's the supplier. And I need that plug. And these withdrawals got me feeling like a madman. It's written in my diary that I'm feeling like a madman. A sad man, best I ever had, man. I got it bad, man. And these are my confessions, cause she hotter than a Smith & Wesson after letting off a couple rounds. Bang, bang, man, down, still ain't learned my lesson.
Yeah, that was dope, bro.
Get that, man. Appreciate
That was dope. I'm gonna go back. It's gonna start over, but I want to go back to this.
First verse.
You know, I want to go to the hook. I'm a hook guy, right? And so, first of all, inspiration for Withdrawals.
So, shout out Mike Reed and NeF. So, Mike Reed is artist under my establishment, what I have, Dream and Risk Music. So is NeF. Mike Reed is also my cousin.
Oh.
Mike Reed is a dope lyrical artist, dog. If you listen to everything he said in that first verse, everything was connected to 90s R&B. So,
and I'm a 90s R&B guy.
Yeah.
So I was catching it all.
So
Janet, from Another Planet.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Forever,
So-
forever, ever.
Right.
Yeah, I was catching it all. There was a lot more references in there.
So, it was just a play off of Prescription. You know, I need, you know, after you've been addicted to something so much and you're trying to break away from it, what do you have? So after you've been in a relationship, you know, addicted to this girl, whatever, if y'all was in a relationship or whatever y'all had going on for so long, you know, and as you start deterring and breaking away from each other, you know, you start fiending, you know, you start wanting more and everything of it. So it was when I talked to him about it, I was just like, you know, I want the essence of, I want you to just, you know, break down the essence of a woman. I'm like, you know, talk. And I was like, talk. I wanted to be about a woman, but I also wanted to sound like it could be about music, hip hop, you know, because music is such a love of mine. So in essence, it's you know, yes, he is talking about a woman, but it could be like, you know, music. It could be talking about music as his woman, because that's how I was able to help him put it together. Like I said, he's such a hip. I'm like, it doesn't have to necessarily be about any chick you're talking about. I'm like, just talk about music. So
and the expression of music and what music feels like to you, right? Because when you think about Prescription,
music and these withdrawals got me feeling like a madman. It's feeling, yeah. But when you think about it to the connection of Prescription and everything, it's perfect.
Right? And so what I like about what I'm hearing so far is, one, the consistency in the vibe and the feel from song to song, right? A lot of times you listen to albums, they're kind of disjointed, right? One song may feel like up tempo, you know, beat, and then the next one could feel like a real boom bap type, and it's like, well, how did you segue from song one to song number two? But there's no consistency in the vibe from one to the other. And for here, I can appreciate that. So what was it about this production? And I'll say overall, because when I listened to the entire album, it had a very consistent flow and the feeling of the music. It's not like your typical hip hop that you would hear on the radio. It kind of, for me, it's like a blend of lo-fi, hip hop. I'll kind of say like a Bryson Tillery type. Tillery, is that a?
No. It's a new one.
Bryson Tillery, right? Type of Bryson Tiller type of you know, vibe. And so what was it about this production? Because I mean, you produced all the songs. So what was it about this beat, that moment when you were making this, that said, this is what I'm going for this one?
This beat came before Prescription. This beat was made. I was actually working on. I had just released You, and this was like the next. I released You in February. That's 2023. I think this was in like March, April-ish. I started making that one, and I was just trying to. I was just creating, because I was trying to build and for the continuation of it. So it was just the vibe for me. I just knew the vibe I was going for. I didn't want nothing aggressive. I wanted something that you be able to talk on and listen, and the beat can still like, okay, I like this. I can hear what you. And then I knew for the artist to be on there, I needed somebody to actually talk. I want you to be talking about something on there. So I knew, once I made it, when I sent it to him after I finished making it, he sent a voice note back like literally he was at work. He was like, all right, I got you on break, and just he sent me a voice note back. But it was never intended to be I don't want to say not a part of this project because this project had a different name and I was going a different direction before I went right here. It was always going to be the continuation of it, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be memories or how I was going to do it. So this one, before we were doing this one, it wasn't going to be called Withdrawals. It was something else at first. But when we went back and revised it, and when I heard that, and these withdrawals got me feeling like, I'm like, that's everything that I was, I'm like, that's it right there, because we're coming from the first project and then we're coming to here. So he did his part. And it was just over a voice note, and we had it saved for like a year or something.
Wow.
Went back home, and when I went back home, I turned his living room into the studio, and we just recorded. And I'm like, because when he sent me the voice note for that, I was like, oh, I'm like, saved. This is it right here. This is it. He was like, oh, you should get on the second part. I'm like, I know my lane, good sir. I know what I'm doing with this. Let me do this. So, yeah, man. Then when he, laid his part, captivated the way he captivated, I'm like, yeah, this is golden, right? This is it.
Good. So, like I said, I'm a lyrics. I'm a lyrics guy. I like hooks. So the hook here says, baby boom. Well, it doesn't say like baby boom like that, but baby boom. Love is like a shotgun. Aiming at a nigga, but never prepared to pop one. Say you want a hood nigga, you know where to spot one. We gonna sit back and listen to this music. Here's a hot one. So that right there, in its context, what does that mean? Right? Like, boom, love is like a shotgun, right? Because when you think about a shotgun, it's like a
boom, sudden.
It's a sudden and
burst.
And it's a burst, right? It's a spraying. But then it says, aim at a nigga, but never prepare to pop one. What does that mean? To talk about that a little bit.
It kind of can be so when you are suddenly hit with love, and it's sudden out of nowhere, and you like, I wasn't planning on this. And like, how they say love at first sight or something. So you got to think, you go from being addicted to somebody, and it just wasn't planned. Like I'm just craving everything you, and then whatever happened, now you're not there no more. So it's like, boom, love is like a shotgun, aiming at niggas but never prepared to pop. Like, love is always aiming at somebody, it's unexpectedly happened, never prepared. So it's just like unexpected. Because now you in this situation of having withdrawals over somebody, going through missing them over an unexpected love.
Because when I was listening to it and I kept hearing it, it made me think about, the potential or the possibility that the woman is out here shooting love like a shotgun, or how I want to say that. Because when I saw the aiming at a nigga but never prepared to pop one, which means you're aiming your love at people, but you're never really ready to take that next step into what that is, right? So it says you want a hood nigga, you know where to spot one. It's like, oh, you know where to spot one, and so we're gonna sit back and listen to this music. Here's
from the woman's perspective,
right?
It's like you just hear, you love all over, because you don't know if you want to hear, like you're saying, you're afraid of that commitment level. You're afraid to. So love is just here. You know where to find. You know what you want, but you're afraid to singly commit to that.
It's like, oh, you want to constantly put it out here, but you're not ready to. And that's what I was getting from the aiming and then never prepared to pop one. It's like, yeah, because if it's like you remember the phrase, you like, if you gonna take out your gun, and if you gonna take it out. You got to be prepared to use it.
Yeah.
You know, like, and are you prepared to use it? In this case, the context of love, are you prepared to use it and take it to that next step?
Yep.
But yeah, no, I thought the song was a dope song when I heard it. So shout out to you for making it. Shout out to Mike Reed and NeF. And
Shout out to you.
And it's always good to have family members that are musically inclined, that are willing to, let's make this a.
They so dope, man. They so dope together. We got another song called Water Street, Another Time, Another Tale, but I'll send that to you. Lyrically, crazy. Lyric, it's called Water Street because back in Milwaukee, Water Street is nothing but bars lined up on the street. So it's called Water Street because that track is nothing but bars.
Wow.
It's
it must be good to have family members who ain't got no. Come on, man. I'm just saying, I need more. And well, the ones that I do got, they all expired. So
Well,
Whitney ain't here no more.
I need them to, when they see this, I need them to get serious.
Look, Whitney ain't here no more. Dennis Edwards ain't here no more.
Yeah.
Dion's still here, but she ain't sing.
Listen, and I was just talking about Dennis Edwards.
Yeah.
Like, he has one of the most sampled hip hop songs ever.
Yeah. Dennis was the man, bro. Like, I never got a chance to meet him. We know the story. He lived in St. Louis the same time I lived there. But anyway, let's jump into 1 minute, because that's probably all it really takes. Is 1 minute featuring D.Tiggs and Busy B.
And Dariel.
Oh, and Dariel. I see Dariel down here. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1 minute. I already love it already, right? Because it has a guitar. And he's
Follow me to fall. If you can't walk, then we can crawl. When I get on, I promise, baby, I will buy you the whole. It ain't no limits. You'll get it all, you'll get it all. It ain't no limits. You'll get it all, you'll get it all. With you, there ain't no price tag. You want it, I'm gon' find that. So, baby, let's rewind that. A mission when I miss you, cause girl, I just wanna get back. I only need a minute of your time, so don't forget that.
So now I see why you asked me about the clean. If you need a clean version, you're like, oh, do I gotta have a clean version?
I was going because
Like,
I was
nah,
going together. I'm like, I got
just bring the whole track the way you got it, right?
I got you. You need it.
So let's talk about that track.
Okay.
And right, I will say that's one of the more raunchier tracks, because now you're like, yeah. Now we
That's kind of like the so it's like, okay, we went from the prescription, being addicted and everything, to the withdrawals and everything, to the more lustful side and everything of it, to the the more intimate side and everything, where it's just like, listen, here we are. I'm on my fault. It's like I'm outside now. I'm on to something new.
Yeah.
I'm politicking. I'm talking to, listen, baby, I just need 1 minute of your time. I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm being honest with you. Get straight to the point and everything. I've just got out of this bad relationship or whatever, or, who knows where this goes. Let's just see where we at and everything. I mean, it's just pretty much the charisma of talking to the, trying to, shoot your shot.
You shooting your shot.
That's it.
No, I just need 1 minute. I need 1 minute of your time.
That's it.
Because that's probably all you're going to get.
Yes. And then it's to the essence of each artist complimenting and giving us the vision of the woman. And, Mrs. Parker, D.Tigg, Mrs. Parker finer than all I need is 1 minute of your time, so it's just.
Hey, Miss Pod.
Yeah. Yeah, so that right there might be the production on there. I remember making that one too. Like I said, I made every track on here, and I remember making everything. I remember hitting the guitar and just letting it loop and everything, because I do mine in 8-bar loops first, and then just hitting the drums and just going. It was just such a vibe with that track, and it was just carrying how I needed it, and I sent it to Dariel. And when she came down here, she's like, I got 2 songs I want to record. We recorded another one she did with Tiggs. That's on YouTube. Me and Ashley produced that one. But and she laid her part down, and the essence of it was to be just a 1 minute song.
Okay.
So, but that was the vision. Then when she brought it, and she was like, just this is what I'm seeing. I know you're gonna do whatever you do to it. So I'm like, I want kind of like 1 minute of story time from each artist.
Mm.
And I knew Dariel and Tiggs complement each other so well. I was already 2 for 2 with them. So 3 for 3. I went with it. We went, and I when Tiggs, well, he was over and we was playing it, and I gave him the vision of what we were going for, and what it just politicking with a chick, man. You just need 1 minute of her time, man. And Tiggs is such a great person to captivate when it comes to hooks, or just like a verse. If you give him something to give him something, even if you don't give him nothing, he gonna do him. But if you give him something to go off of, this is what it's about. He gonna nail it. So to build off of her, and everybody to do their own hook, the 1 minute hook in their own way. It was just like it was a perfect blend in that middle track to keep us going, keep the vibes going.
Yeah, cause when you sit back and think about the journey so far of a prescription and being addicted to the woman, to love, and then you go through the withdrawals when it's probably not there anymore, or you're missing certain elements of it, and you're going through that withdrawal phase. To now you're like, maybe now that person's back, and you're like, oh, hey. Like, I just need 1 minute with you. Like,
this is 1 minute of your time.
No, I need 1 minute of your time. Let's because that's probably all it's going to really be. Especially if especially if you're going through withdrawals and you haven't seen each other in a long time, and now you're back, and it's like, yo, we're gonna make this work out. And you probably ain't gonna have last 1 minute, bro. Hey, don't be tripping. A lot of guys be out there front. I'm gonna be out there, smashing for 30 minutes. Like, no, you're not. No, you ain't. You're gonna be 1 minute, and that's a 1 minute man, and you're gonna live up to it and be like, hey, I'm good. But the next time it's gonna be 3 minutes.
Next time I just need 2 minutes of your time.
Next time I just need 2 minutes of your time, right? But but sometimes that minute can be a lifetime. It can be drawn out, in the perspective of your intimacy with that person.
And to the same, I'm glad that you actually got that from there also, because into the same token, the same meaning of that, like you said, like, I just need 1 minute of your time, but in this 1 minute, I just need 1 minute, because this 1 minute is going to be, something, chemistry that we're about to have in this 1 minute is about to be crazy.
About to be crazy.
So,
yeah. And I don't think sometimes people realize that is that even though 1 minute seems like a very short duration, it's what that minute can encapsulate within that time frame. But yeah, I thought when I first heard it, I was like, oh, like, yeah, my man, when they got real,
9 seconds of your time.
Like,
baby.
Look, they ain't hold back in this one.
Yeah.
Right. And so with the writing, with just the instrumentation, the beat, I love how the beats are not overly produced, right? Because you get it. And it was a time in Ceaze when producers would overly produce their music, not leaving space. You said that was you.
That was me.
Yeah, not leaving space for the artist to do their thing and to use their instrument.
But as working with me being an engineer also, and working with a lot of artists, I think that's one of my. I know that's one of my strong suits, as far as being able to format a track and to produce it when I'm producing it, format it to give the artist space. And my drops, if you pay attention to all the tracks and listen to the drops around it, I think I do a great, amazing job with the transition and drops to put emphasis on artists when they're, I feel like that's what a producer, you're going to see the track from start to the first clap or loop or whatever, or instrument you play, to the end of the last ad lib or whatever. I feel like that's production. That's me producing, so just everything, listen to the drops. I call it the Rose effect. Just
the Rose effect.
Watch. I'm going to point it out on the next one. I'm going to point it out.
You're going to point it out, the Rose effect.
This next one, VVS, listen. The Rose effect is all through here.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into VVS, finding out what VVS means. And this is featuring Johnny Ali and Big. Is it KO or KO?
Big KO.
Big KO. All right, here we and D.Tigg.
More time.
All right, here we go. The D.Tigg got a lot of publishing coming.
Man, listen. Production on here. Me and Tiggs outdid ourselves.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's check out VVS.
Drumz and Rosez. I got to give me respect, baby. What is next? Tell me what is next. I got BBS on my wrist, on my neck, baby. What is next? Only on me, feel the text, screaming we the best. I got to give me respect, baby. What is next?
She a VVS, wasn't nice, she a dime. Never mind, cause it's BB's in a watch. Perfect time, she a VVS, wasn't nice, she a dime. She a real you'll never ever find. She keep money on, so she put the never mind, cause it's BB's in a watch.
All right, brother. Boom, boom, boom. Look, it's already in my head now. I already know it. It's in my head. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
And plus, I love the two instruments that I love the most: guitar and piano. Right. And I love the piano you chose. I guess let me start there because that's one of my favorite instruments. What was it about that piano sound that captivated you to make VVS?
Man, me and Tiggs was on a run like that entire week. We had been locking in like every. He had stayed like 12 minutes away. So we was locking in. I think that entire week we just was locking in every day, or every other day, just for a couple hours, just 2 hours if we could, just to see whatever we could do. That's how whatever we do is still something done. That's what we was looking at. Every day ain't gonna be a Grammy day, but and we were trying to keep everything organic. So I would make everything on the spot. Because I like really making stuff in front of her because it keeps me sharp. I feel like it keeps me, just going, and it helps me keep my creative flow and everything going. So we were just over there, we were just going through sounds, and he was like, he actually was sitting down with me as we're going through sounds, and we came across that piano, and he was like, I'm over to fire right there.
Yeah.
So then once I got the piano together, we found that VVS. I got VVS on my wrist, and we found that sample. It was on Splice, so royalty free, and chopped it up and placed it right up in there. And then we just started piecing the other instruments together. He like, hey, I can hear him right now. He said, hey, I hear some congos in there. And if you listen, he was like, don't. And the way he did.
Hey,
but I found the congos. When I found the congos, he was like, them the congos.
Them the congos right there.
And, so as we just kept it building, the drums was real different for me because, it was just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it was. This one was real.
Yeah.
The 808s was like boom, boom, boom.
Man, I'm not used to doing drums like that with Tiggs. It's more just, straightforward type. So as we just sitting there, we had everything going. We had built our loop. We had everything together. We just needed the drums. So I just hit it, and he was like, whoa, he stepped back. I'm like, that's it, huh? And he like, that's it. Recorded the drums in there. And then I was just like, all right, now how I'm gonna do the layer, the 808 or bass drum. What are you gonna do? I just, can never go wrong with following the same pattern of the drums, hit the 808 behind it. And I'm pretty sure when I did the 808 at first, it was rough. But I told Tig, because it was running, we on these stuff for 2 hours. So I was like, I'm gonna fix it, and then send it to you tomorrow. But then while I was making it, he was, coming up with the hook. He was basing the hook and everything off of there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when we were talking about the hook, he hit one. His lyrics were different. But then we was like, keep it about a woman. I'm like, just keep it about a woman, like compliment a woman. For me, I'm big on making music for women. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with complimenting women or making music about women. Whether you begging for them back, whether you by uplifting them, you can go wrong talking about them. But you can never go wrong uplifting a woman in a song. And of course, dudes be out here, oh, it's soft or you simp whatever. But listen, when Pac turned to How Do You Want It about even though he had uplifted women, but when he made something sexy about a woman, threw a little R&B on his side
song.
To this day.
To this day.
But
and that song goes. So I mean, you're right in the perspective of when you make songs, because and a lot of times it gets me thinking about a conversation. I wasn't there for the conversation, but in the interview, I heard Busta Rhymes talk about advice that, yeah, I'm saying it, that Diddy gave to him, right? About, don't nobody want to hear no rah 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 on your songs.
Mm-hmm.
You need to, right? Women buy albums. Women listen. You need to make songs for women, right? And that's when he started making songs with Janet and started making songs about, uplifting women. Yeah, just music that wasn't rah 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 anymore, right?
Him and Janet,
right? And so now, and because of that, in any song for any artist making music that uplifts women in general, they're gonna easily gravitate towards that.
Yeah. So that was, as I was, like I said, I was making it as for him to come with the hook, and she a VVS, she moisten night, she a diamond, she a rare, it's just naming off the diamond,
Right.
just going through comparing, perfect time, and she's just.
What's VVS?
VVS is, I could be wrong, but from Dr. Google, from what I know,
Dr.
VVS
Google.
is supposed to be the the highest of the highest.
Oh, the highest of the
of
highest.
diamonds. Yeah.
Oh, of the diamonds.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Like a VVS diamond is like it has no flaws.
You can tell I don't know anything about diamonds.
Well, we can, Dr. Google.
Dr. Google, hey.
Moissanite is another kind of diamond.
Yeah, moissanite, but that's made in a
lab.
In a lab. I do know about those.
So, but and what's crazy about this song, VVS? Tiggs had a verse on there. Didn't like it. Verse was hard. Verse was hard, man. But he was just like, nah, I know I can do better. And I'm like, okay, because in the verse he was like, G something, she GA certified, something certified. We're talking about the certification of a diamond. It's just how he was comparing the rareness and the flaws.
Yo, that'd have been dope.
So how the verses came about, because it was really just me and Tiggs, like I said, we were on a run. We were putting together an EP, and we were just recording, and some other artists that we know from back home came down from Milwaukee. Johnny Ali was one of them, and with him and Tiggs, and I think they shot a video. They had a video for a song Tiggs has.
Okay.
And they was just, in town. He hit me like, yo, trying to get in the studio, Tay down here and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Tay used to talk to him. Tay used to date my sister back in the day. Rest in peace to my sister. So they came over, we was just going through stuff, but then me and Tiggs was like, yo, we working on something. And VVS was one of the songs that we had sitting there. And Johnny Ali's style was just so different. And I'm like, I've never worked with anybody with when you see him, you wouldn't think that was his voice. So I'm like, I've never worked with nobody like that. So his voice is really unique, and it just blended, the perfect bit of differentness that was on that track that was needed. And his wordplay was crazy. I'm like, okay, cool. So like I said, Tiggs' verse was already on it, but Tiggs was like, take my verse off. And KO, Big KO, he's always there for the sessions. He's an artist as well. And well, of course. But
right.
He was there when we were making it. And then he was like, man, that hard, boy. He was like, what y'all doing, man? What you doing? As he's always asks about it. And I'm like, I'm working on something. I'm like, I'm putting together something I am. And he was like, listen, I got a verse. He was like, perfect, ready to go. Just let me know, ready to go. And, when Tiggs was like, he didn't want to be on there. And so I said, we was doing a session. I'm like, I'm finishing up my project, dog. And I need to, I want it to be catered to a woman. And I'm like, just, you hear the essence of the song. So uplift that woman, keep talking about in your way. And he was like, I've been ready. When he did his verse, I just, engineered everything behind it with the chops and stuff. And it was perfect. I think my favorite part of his verse was like, Princess Cut, she's so Diana. I'm like, oh my God.
So, as and this is probably a question I can ask as we get into the last song, but for you, how important is it? Two things. One, you spoke about creating music in front of others, which is something that I don't have the ability to do. Right. And for me, because I like working in solitude when I'm making music.
I love that also.
Because of the distractions or whatever may come with it. I like being in that closed off environment by myself. But for you specifically, how does that help inspire you when you're making music with other people in the room.
Okay, so let me correct that. When I'm just making beats and stuff like that, I don't mind somebody being there when but you know, if you say, hey, I want to just, you know, sit in the room while you cook up, whatever, that's fine. I'm just going to use my normal procedure and everything. I'm going to take as long as I want because it's my time.
Right.
When, I don't necessarily like just, hey, I'm going to make a beat and everything in front of you, because it's been lots of times where I'm like, I'm erasing everything. I literally was just in the studio with Ceaze. He's on the next track, and I made something. I turned around and said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm erasing everything. I said, I'll save it, but I'm not finishing this right now. I'm over this track. So I like when I'm working on a project, you know, I like producing projects. I love producing. So when I'm working on like projects, like me and Ceaze have been locked in working on, we just punched out about enough material for about 2 projects, and 3 if we split it up equally. But I tell him I feel like his best work comes when he organically sits down with someone as they're making the beat and as he's coming up right there. Or if somebody puts a feature in front, like just puts a beat on and puts a feature in front of him, he's gonna lace it. But I feel like singularity, his just singular him by himself, if he's working on a project, me knowing him and as the artist he is, I feel like working, producing, cooking in front of him, or just specifically, I feel like if I'm working on a project with an artist, I want to cook everything up with you because I want us to do this.
Us to make it.
If you look at the interview Alchemist and Erykah Badu just dropped, he said we made this.
That's right.
If we're working on something, whether it's 3 tracks, anything 3 or more, I want to sit down and organically do this with you. I can send you beats all day. I can send you some hard stuff and everything, and you can drop something on there, you know, a couple a single or whatever. But I feel like if we project, hey, I want to lock in with you. You want you coming to me because you want Drumz and Rosez to do what Drumz and Rosez do. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna lock in and we're going to organically create these. You're gonna, you know, come by the studio and everything. You know, I heard Kanye used to do this at one point where he would have like a whole day plan. Something they would go to the gym. And they would just like really lock in. And I do believe as artists locking in with producers and stuff, any kind of stuff like that really, really helps because, you know, your energy, everything y'all build off each other, you get to if you and this artist understand each other like to a certain magnitude, man, y'all chemistry gonna be crazy. I mean, you know, it's just proving the engineer and artist combo.
Yeah, and I think it's important because I know a lot of times people be trying to chase the big artists, and I think the real magic happens when you lock in with the artist that you can build with and create with, right? Because what you're going to create is going to probably be 10 times better than what you probably could create if you're just sending beats off to, you know, your favorite rapper or whatever the case is. Because like you said, you're both working on this and providing input and creating the track around both of your skill sets.
I feel like and that's like the reason why Drake is such a success in it, because it's a team of people. It might be 30 people on this track and everything, you know, not just necessarily as songwriting, but I'm just saying like, not 30. I ain't gonna overdo it.
30, it would be honest.
But, you know, just 2 minds is better than 1. I can do this by myself. I can make some stuff. But when I bring on, for example, this project, like, you see, I made the beats and everything, but these songs wouldn't be songs without these artists doing what they're doing. You know, Withdrawals, I was right there in the room even though he wrote it, but when we recorded it, I'm directing. I need to understand. I need to convince me that you going through it about her, you know? So I just feel like that's real critical, especially with my projects. That's how I like everything done, just hands on with organically, you know, everything hands on. I feel like that's just, you know, you just feel more from it. You just feel more from it, in my opinion.
Man, that's good stuff, brother. So as we get into the last song, Vulnerable, featuring BIGG KO and Rexx.
And it's probably
and Ceaze. I see Ceaze on it, but it's in the.
That's because I have it like for that song.
It's in the Drumz and Rosez and King Ceaze.
Exactly.
But it's featuring BIGG KO and Rexx.
Exactly.
And my man King Ceaze. Here we go.
Drumz and Rosez.
I already love that sound. Beautiful.
I'm in motion on the daily, this shit is getting hazy. Every day I take a day for myself, I feel lazy. Smoking papers, rents is crazy, gelato and Gary Payton. Seeing everything I want, but just know I'm patiently waiting. I ain't in a rush for nothing, longevity what I'm hunting. Rather take the long road, slow and steady how I'm coming. Get your mind out the gutter, I'm funny all of a sudden. Call your people, let them know that we got it and niggas plugging. 9 times out of 10, I be in the whip solo. Listening to Juna, Kevin Gates blowing dodo. Stack it on the floor though, cooping out a photo. My niggas always say I need to take more photos. I be on my own time in another dimension. No longer hiding it, I can't help it, I was born gifted. An experience in itself, I break your heart, forgive me. But if I like you, when I make you, we can get lit.
The whole song is dope. I love how the transition took place in the song. I love the beginning of that song.
Yeah, I appreciate it's one of my favorite songs.
Yes, that beginning of that song sounded so dreamy, like ethereal. Oh my gosh, that applause to you for that beginning. For the whole song, that beginning was
that song.
Wait, before you even go into that, what was Ceaze's part in here? What verse is Ceaze?
First verse.
The first verse.
First person you hear, and then
who was the last verse?
That was BIGG KO.
Boy, because he said something in here. I was like,
King like Stojakovic.
Bro, hold on. The song's gonna start over, but I need to go back to the hold on.
It's Ceaze, then it's Rexx in the middle, and then it's Ceaze again, who goes through the transition, and then it's KO.
That transition was dope. That was a dope transition. Yeah, whoever was the last dude,
that was KO.
Yeah, his
honest. Yeah, that was
his voice was. It reminded me of I can see his face. I know the song. He came out with an album called Book of Ryan. He had a song on there, which is one of my favorite songs in the whole album. No, it's called Godspeed. He was part of with Joel Ortiz, and no, he was part of Slaughterhouse. Not Joe Budden. It ain't Joe Budden. It's oh my gosh. And I'm usually good with names. I'm probably not good with names.
But Godspeed?
Yeah.
That's a song?
Yeah, it's called Godspeed.
They only put up Frank Ocean.
Nah. I trust me, I got it. I got the song. But that reminded me of, see, now you're gonna make me go what's my man's name, man? He's a rapper. He was with, oh my gosh. Oh, let me just go to library. Royce the 5'9".
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
He reminded me of Royce the 5'9".
Okay.
Well, I can't think of Royce's name. Because I'm not good with names. Right. In the moment, I'm not good with.
I got you.
Good with names. But that song, it reminded, and I think that's a style that you kind of hear that permeates itself more in hip hop, where you have, because Sickle Mode kind of was, right? It started off with one beat, and then it went to another beat, and then it went to another beat, right? The song with Drake and J. Cole started off like this, and then it went to a whole different thing, right? And I love the transition of how you went from that vibe, that like that water drop. Yeah, that was that sounded great, and then the drop, and then you can tell it switched up, and I like how the percussion was.
I tried to keep some of the same instruments also.
Yes.
As I did. Yes. It just made, I wanted the end part to be, because the first part was, like, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable in everything with you. I'm open up. That's when, Rexx come in. I hate being vulnerable for nothing. And then Ceaze comes back. It's like, I'm getting the closure of it and everything right here. I've been vulnerable with you. It's kind of like been thrown in my face. It's a stigma. And it's a bad one.
I know you're going to say it, but go ahead and say it.
Where, a man can't be vulnerable.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
And that's where this song comes from. So, because me and C, when this beat was made.
It's hard for us to be vulnerable.
It's very much hard, especially as someone who's had that thrown back, your vulnerability thrown back in your face. So it's not a good feeling at all. And when we started making this, this also is one of the ones to proceed because this project was supposed to be out a while ago. So, but everything came together collectively in due time how it's supposed to. I'm supposed to be here right now with you doing this. So
That's tough. That's right.
me and Ceaze, this was started right after the project U, because Ceaze came to me, and when I started this beat, the first part, the dreamy part, it was supposed to be like a it was literally supposed to be how it sounded, like the meaningful, the you know, the deep. Let me get deep with you. Let me really talk to you. And Ceaze, we was working on a new project for him, and he was like, you know, how you built this, you know, let's you know, dive in deep and let's work on something like that. And I'm like, I was working on something, put this up, and the first part I just kept working on it, and I'm like, when he started, I told him, like, when you attack this, I'm like, I want you to get personal with it. You know, I'm like, I want you to why? Because the project we were working on for him was called Hard to Love. And this is where the whole concept came. It was hard to love, and it was changed to reason, because it was why give me reasons why you're hard to love. And this was one of the tracks that we were like building for that theme. It was a build off of you with the same, you know. So I just want to told him, get personal. You know, I want to know, why are you hard to love? You know, give me something, give me a reason to why, you know, you being vulnerable, why it's an issue, or why it's hard. And that first part, fillet, you know, because he's real good when it comes to talking and getting personal and stuff like that. And once, you know, we finished this part, I was like, song's good. It's good. I'm like, but I know what I'm doing with it, right? I'm like, I just got a vision for it. I'm like, give me you know, just give me some time. And Rexx is just such an amazing songwriter, dog. When I say dude is so talented when it comes to writing, man, like his wordplay, he's from Fayetteville. He's so J. Cole fan.
Yeah.
He can really orchestrate a song, bro.
I should be from Fayetteville.
Yeah, he can really put a song together. So when I went to Rexx with the concept, let him hear, you know, Ceaze part, and was like, you know, it's the, you know, about being what the song is about being vulnerable to you know, why we can't be invulnerable. So like, I want you to tell me why we can't be vulnerable, or why being vulnerable, you know, I'm like, if you had this experience, I want you to dig and let me know why being vulnerable was an issue with you. So
it's thrown back.
Comes in perfect. You know, I hate being vulnerable for nothing, showing up and giving all my talents, and you know, because you know, it plays back to the beginning, and everything. You know, you invest so much, and you know, you've been so open with this person, and it's just like a slap in your face.
Just everything's thrown back in your face. So,
I mean, go ahead, my fault.
No, I'm saying that's the thing. That's the reason why it's hard. Even though the stigma around it may be bad, the stigma is that way because when we do become vulnerable, it's always thrown back. And then it's like, okay, I can't be vulnerable with you because you're going to weaponize it. And if you're going to weaponize it, my vulnerability, I'd rather be closed off and rather than give it to you.
Because I can protect myself.
Because I can protect myself.
And it's like we can avoid conflict and anything like that. So
that's right.
He captured it amazing. Yeah. And then from when Ceaze, the way so that first part was empty. And I'm like, we left that open. And Ceaze piggyback. His part was done before Rexx. The way he wrote his part, he was even done before Rexx laid his part down. So it's just like he had it in two parts telling, you know, sidetrack by ambition, you know, the way he did it. Then it was the way I engineered it and spread it out into for Rexx to have more to go in there. And then we added when we put Ceaze back on it, when we like separated, he's like I said, because I said he wrote it before Rexx. So when we separated it and gave Rexx more time and then put Ceaze back on it, it was just like, oh, this is perfect. But I wasn't satisfied yet. I just felt like, my like, bro, the song is too good. I feel like it was it just needed one more thing on there just to give it a good end. Like I didn't want it to just end with, like, let's I was at that time, I was listening to a lot of Hit Boy and Hit Boy Project, Surfer Drown. I think it's Surfer Drown 2. And no, Surfer Drown 1, my fault. And he, his transitions in there was crazy. And Dream is a big transition also. But hip hop, the way Hit Boy was doing it, I was listening to it, I was studying at the time. I'm like, I had an idea. And that's why I'm telling C, I'm like, I got an idea, bro, for this song. I'm like, just trust me on this one and let me just cook. I promise you, I'm like, and if it's not it, we just gonna delete it. But I know where I'm going with it. I'm like, y'all can't see it right now, but trust me on this one. So I remember just producing it and making the last part when I kept just like the congo and the percussions and everything. I kept certain instruments and just built around that at the same time. Just double time the tempo. I remember I just double timed the tempo from 70 to like 140 to speed it up. And once I added that part, I knew I wanted somebody. I'm like, I knew KO was the person to get on there. I'm like, I don't want to go too deep with it. I just want you to give me punchlines with a good cadence right now. And I know you can do that. And he second guessed himself when he was done. He was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, bro, he was like, I'm not really liking what I wrote, man. I'm like, bro, we're not going to know it unless you do it. And if it's trash, we're going to erase it.
Right.
So he, the way he came in on that part, perfect. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. What are you doing, dog? I'm like, that's it. That's it. Let me take care of the rest.
Right. And that's the job of a producer, right? Is to produce the album, even at the points and the moments where the artist may feel like, that may not be it. And for you to come in and give that direction and say, no, that's it.
That's it. Like,
let's go with that. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Put it together and
that's right.
I don't like the atmosphere. I had fun. Yeah, it's fun. That's one of my favorite songs though ever because the meaning and everything behind it. And like I said, it's a piece of everything. Experiences from myself and everything up in there. So.
Yeah. And there's 2 more tracks on the album, ladies and gentlemen, that y'all need to go check out. I mean, we just dove into 5 of them today, but man, tell people where they can actually get the album. How can they support you? How can they listen? You
can find the album everywhere online. All your streaming platforms, Apple, Tidal, Google Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music,
Drumz and Rosez Music.
Drumz and Rosez Music. That's where it's literally available everywhere. If you want to buy it, it's on Apple. I always have my album set like no more than $4 because you see.
Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, because for one, and when I do my singles, I set it for 69 cents. Because it's a marketing tactic for one. It's a visual thing because people see 60 cents. Nah, that's number.
Yeah, number 60 cents. I got that.
It's like saying 99 cents. 99 cents is like it's $1, but still it's only $1.
Right.
You see an album. Oh, you want to give me a whole album? Or eat whatever? You give me only $2, $3. It's not bad. Why not? So that's my reasoning behind it because and considering everything is streaming, everything online. We don't have the physical of the album, which I really miss. We don't have the physical of the physical CD, right. Just the booklet, like just the booklet and the case and everything. So since we don't have that, I feel $2, $3 and everything, because the music's going to speak for it. So I'm just, ecstatic that people, you're going to gravitate to it and you're actually listening to it. So that's my big thing, just making sure it's there so you have access to listen to it.
Right, right. But man, ladies and gentlemen, y'all make sure y'all go check out Memories of You by Drumz and Rosez, featuring
an amazing
ensemble of songwriters and artists on this amazing project. Man, my guy, it has been a pleasure sitting with you, digging into Memories of You.
Always, man.
Really unlocking the genius behind the album.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one either.
I got a couple of them lined up. We got this after this one. I got a collab tape with Rexx called "Too Good for You," and after "Too Good for You," I got a collab tape with Busy that we are working on. It's called "Over You." But my final installment for the actual You project was going to be it's going to be in 2026, but it's going to be called U2 TOO.
U2.
Yeah.
Too much of no.
But I got a lot of stuff in the midst of working with there. Of course, sync placements, working with a bunch of other artists. Shout out to Piff Jones. I'm working with Piff Jones, Dave East artist. I've done some work for him, working on some new stuff now. So I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, with sync placements, I'm going to get some stuff on some video games too. So
Hey, don't leave the small people behind. Remember me when you make it, brother.
Small. We're on your platform.
Remember when
I'm grateful for you, man.
Hey, look,
this could not be possible without you.
Hey, look. So, remember me.
This is what taking your craft serious looks like. If you telling y'all, this man is an example of taking your craft seriously, not letting anything stop you.
No, sir.
I hope I can be like that. I hope I am with certain things I do, and because I try not to let anything. Because life always hits us with so many obstacles, So to keep going around or just going through it, just trying to go, not getting over it, going around it, just going through it and to keep focusing on something. Man, I give praise, love to anybody.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
it's
If you believe it,
achieve it.
you can achieve it.
Always.
If you believe it, you
Before we end, you can follow me on Instagram at Drumz, DRUMZ, the number 2, ROSEZ. My other page has been taken, so I can't get my name. I just can't get my name back yet. But Drumz, number 2, Rosez, ROSEZ. Instagram, YouTube, not Instagram, sorry, YouTube, Twitter or X, all music platforms, everything is Drumz, DRUMZ, and ROSEZ. Drumz and Rosez.
Drumz and Rosez, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate my guy being here.
Appreciate you having me once again, man.
For sure, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Thank you for watching Unlocking Genius. Peace.